welcome back to my bum ass channel. Okay, so oh, what the fuck? I just noticed that, like, comment down below if you have some crazy, living situations or crazy roommate, landlord, or like just anything like that, because there's a lot of shit that goes down sometimes. I really have no idea what to post on my YouTube because, like, there's only so much I can do right now. So I'm just doing story times, and I don't know. You guys have to comment and like say something because I don't know what you guys want to watch. Anyways, so this is a story time of my, well, in the title it says roommate horror story because I've had a few of these, and yeah, it's crazy like with living with people and what can happen and stuff. So I was with this guy for a few years. I don't think we were really dating, but like it was like we were like, it's fucking weird. I don't know. Anyways, but that lasted like 2 years. But we were like moving from like not place to place, but like we had like first we were with my mom, and then we went like to this place, like the roommate, and then we went to another place, and then now we're not like whatever, right? So this is when we first started moving around, and we found this one place. And you know how you can go on, like, I wouldn't recommend it, but you know how you can go like on Craigslist and like find like rooms available or like places available. Like it's like you can find a place on like Facebook Market and like a whole bunch of other shit, right? So I forgot where we found this guy, but yeah, so me and him were looking for like a place, and he was supposed to be like, the guy was supposed to be our roommate. We're gonna call him R. No, we're gonna call him yeah, we're gonna call him R. We're gonna call him R. Anyway, so R, we met R. So obviously when you go get a place, you go there, you see the place, right? And then you like inspect it, you meet the person, whatever. And then like you talk about like what is like, included and whatever, even though it says on the usually like an ad or whatever, but like even then you still have to like clarify, right? So it was nice, it was fine. He had like two big dogs, right? One was called, fuck, I don't know, but he had two dogs. I forgot what kind they were, but one of them was very furry, like fluffy, and then that one unfortunately got put down. But so cute. But I think it was because he was old. And then the other one was like, it's not a pit bull, but it's like a big dog. But I don't know dogs like that. I only know like a few dogs, but whatever. So he had dogs, and then he had like a daughter that would come here and there, and his baby mama that would come obviously to like drop the kid off or like, but they weren't, I don't think they were together. Yeah, they weren't together, but they're like co-parenting, which is, fine, understandable, right? And her name was, we're gonna call her Bitchit because her name is Bridget. I don't give a fuck. Her name is Bridget, but we call her Bitchit because she was so fucking like one of those. It's just like so irritating. So after we met him and we're like, oh, okay, we like the place, and you pay the deposit, do you pay like the first month's rent, and it was all cool. So we move in and it's fine, right? Like he smokes
Cannabis?
and so it's nice. So he every time we would like run out, we would just like get some from him and then pay him, like, you know what I mean? And
Cannabis?
we always had we always had weed, so it was nice, right? But the only thing is we couldn't smoke inside because it's like obviously he didn't want the house to smell like weed, but like his backyard was like right there, and then like he had like a shed that we would go and like chill in and like also smoke too. If I have photos or videos, I might put them in, but I don't know if I still have them. To like two big dogs, right? So Cool. So it's all good. You know what I mean? It's fine. We move in. We're like bonding, you know what I mean? Like, and then like the guy I was with, he would like buy weed from him or like, you know, and he was really cool about it too. Like, let's say like he got paid Friday. He'll be like, oh, can I just get like this much and I'll pay you back Friday? You know, it's just like cool, like understandable. You know what I mean? The kitchen, we shared it, whatever, it was fine. And then, um, it was not that far away from like everything. So there was like the rec center, there was like a park that we used to go and like drink beers and stuff because we didn't like to always like drink in the room and stuff like that or in the house because it's like I don't know. I'd rather just come home drunk and then like go to my room, go to my room and then like basically like pass out, munch out, whatever the case may be, right? It was just easier that way. And then at the same time, you can get rid of like your cans and stuff outside of the house. And I didn't like, I understood because like he has a kid. So it's like, we don't want to bring like alcohol in the house. And then it's like, you know, what if I run into his daughter? I don't want to like smell like alcohol. I'm just one of those. I don't want to smell like weed around kids or alcohol. I feel bad like having a beer in my hand and there's like a young, whatever. So fast forward, we're living there and I have like this he's not like my stepbrother, but we have like basically I have like two half siblings and he's like like the brother of one of the halves or both of them, obviously, right? So it's like we're not related, but like I always seen him as like a younger brother kind of, right? Because it's just like it's not that far away, right? Cool. So one time he came over, right, because he wanted to see the place or whatever, and he was so scared of dogs. And that's fine. Like I know a lot of people who are scared of dogs and do not like dogs at all, and it's fine. I like dogs, I don't mind, like as long as you don't fucking bite me. But usually like you just put your hand out and they smell it, cool, right? Keep it moving. But basically he came over, we were smoking weed, chilling, drinking. I think we went driving somewhere. We went to like a lake and we went like we saw, if I'll put some, no, I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to put like people's whatever faces in it. Cool. But anyway, so we were like playing with crabs, like it was fun. We were just having like a fun time, right? And then there's like these like white people that were like cool as hell too, drinking beers and we're all like dancing and like having fun, drunk, like, you know, having a good time, right?
Hey, I like the weed. Huh?
So he comes over, he sees a place, he's like, oh, my name is so and so, right? And then like, you know, they're like, they know each other, cool. So he knows my address. Keep this in mind, he knows like my address. So, you know, it's fine. It's not like, you know, I didn't really think anything of it because obviously you need the address to come to my place, whatever, the whoop de whoop, right? So there's this one day that because I like to pay my rent early just to get it out the way, because if I have it I'm gonna spend it and then I'm gonna feel like a dumbass because I'm gonna be like a little short. No, I don't, that's not the way to go. I'd rather just pay it, and if I'm like broke then whatever the case may be, but at least I got my rent. You always have to get your rent out the way and make sure that you have like a roof over your head, because I've learned that it's like you don't want to like gamble with your rent money because it's like, come on, like I don't know, I just don't want to gamble with my rent money. Like that's kind of like something I just want to do up front now, right? So I remember I paid him like maybe like a week early, right? And we were there for like a few months already. It was going good, like it was fine, like we already had like a routine, whatever. And I paid him like a week early, and on this specific day, right, bitch it came with her little stroller, right? And she like, you know, like I would like see her and she would kind of like smile. We didn't really talk, right? And even R was supposed to be going away in like 2 weeks from that date because he's native, right? So he apparently he I forgot what it's called, I don't want to get it wrong, but like he grew up in like camps and stuff. I forgot what it's called, but like, you know how natives were really like disrespected and like, you know, in Canada they were, and like you get like reimbursed for it and stuff like that, I heard. And then like he's trying to get, I think he has his status too, but he's waiting for his like refund or reimbursement for like all the trauma and shit that he went through with the camps and whatnot. And I don't even think he knows his parents because he got taken away. It's like a whole history thing, right? And I was like, yo, if you want to go away for like whenever, right, I don't mind, because like he has two dogs, right? And he was like talking about how he doesn't know what to do because he doesn't want to bring his dogs all the way to, I think he's going to like Winnipeg or something. And I was like, well, I'm gonna be home and he's gonna be home, like the guy I was with. So I was like, I don't mind like watching your dog, like feeding your dog, or like letting them out in like the morning before I go to work or something like that, and then coming back and then bringing them back in, giving them food, because it's like, why not, right? Like when I'm eating, I could just quickly pour up their bowl. There's no issue, right? I don't mind. I don't have to walk them. All I had to do is just like open the backyard and they run in the backyard because it's pretty big, right? So I didn't think anything of it. I just thought like, whatever, that's fine. And we had this understanding and agreement, and he was like, cool, right? So basically I gave him the rent early, like I said. And my fuck, what we're gonna call him? We're gonna call him Ghost. Okay, Ghost, which is my stepbrother, but stepbrother of a brother. Does that make sense? Like it's like the guy I was talking about before, the one that came to the house. I was scared of the dogs. Whatever. So yeah, so we're all just like, yeah, him. I'm gonna call him Ghost, okay? So Ghost, he has my address. He already knows where I live. And if you go way down into like my old videos, you'll see like a vlog. I think it's on there. No, I don't know if it's on there, but there was like a vlog, and he's had this one girlfriend who he's had an issue with, some like weird, I don't know, but she's like a lot older than him, right? And I always thought that was weird, and I always thought that she was preying on him and this and this. So I was very defensive, and I was like, girl, get someone your own age, not knowing that Ghost, right, is over here like, you know how niggas, they say shit behind closed doors, and they try to gas it up and say like, oh, she don't mean nothing to me, I don't fuck with her, but low-key like they be like cuddling with them, saying I love you, calling them, staying at their house, you know, doing the most. It's like, you don't like her, but yet you're doing all this. But I didn't know this, right? And I thought that she was just crazy. And I'm thinking to myself, and even sometimes I remember one time getting on like a argument with her on the phone, saying like, he doesn't want you, like just move on. And she's like, he was just at my house yesterday, what do you mean he doesn't want me, da da da, like all this. It's just a lot of drama. And don't get involved with people's relationships, because it's always gonna backfire you, and you're gonna look dumb as hell, because a lot of shit happens behind closed doors that you don't know about. So just mind your business, because they say one thing, but it's a completely different thing, or it's a completely different, like, it's not what you think. Okay, just leave it alone. So basically he had this one issue with his girlfriend, but I remember like chilling with her one time, and we like chopped it up. We're both like Aquarius, and I was like, girl, I was thinking about it. I was like, yo, like in my head, I'm like, you're not a typical Aquarius. But that just goes to show that horoscopes don't really mean shit. Like you can really, because you can have like a sun rising or moon rising and a whole bunch of other shit. And plus it's how you were brought up. It's not all about horoscopes and stuff, right? But I met, you know what I mean? Like you can't just say, oh, you're a Scorpio, so you're a shitty ass person, because I've had, no. It's like there's some, like, you know what I mean? Like you would never know. So like you can't just guess it and be like, oh, you're a Gemini, I could tell, like, you know, sometimes, but like not really. You can't just 100% do that. But I remember I chopped it up with her. She was nice, cool, whatever, right? So on this day when I gave him the rent and I'm chilling, right, I get like a text message from Ghost, and he's telling me about how apparently his girlfriend took like his headphones and like charger and like all this stuff or something like that. I don't know, right? So and I'm like, well, like, do you want me to talk to her, like, for you? Like, I don't mind, like, you know, this is before I learned my lesson of just stay out of relationships. But like, I was like, do you want me to say a word to her and say, hey, like, do you have his charger and headphones, just give it back, right? So he's like, yeah, can you please? So I quickly like message her, right? And this is all gonna go included. It's gonna look, okay, this is all relevant to why like this was like a horror, because it was like, what the fuck, like whatever. So basically I texted her and I was like, do you have like his charger and da da da, right? And she's like, yeah, I do. He forgot it in like my trunk. Yo, so you see like how niggas really be setting you up. Like the fact that he made it seem like she robbed him and something like that, but it was just a misunderstanding. Like he just left it in her car, probably like yacked, probably drunk, you know what I mean, lit, geeked out, and then forgot in his car. But he made it seem like she stole all this shit and blah blah blah. Like this is what I'm talking about. Like it's always like two sides to the story, and then there's the truth because she just like, oh yeah, no problem, like you know what I mean, I'll just drop it off. But he's making it seem like she's holding his shit hostage. That's what I'm saying. Don't get involved. Weird. And this, that, and third, right? And then she was like, oh, like, give me your address. I'll just drop it off to you, right? I'm thinking she's just gonna come, drop it off. I'm gonna tell him, yo, I have your shit. Come pick it up. Like, you know what I mean? But I didn't know that, like, basically he's on road and she's on road and they're all like fighting and like I don't know what's going on, but they were fighting about something that I did not know about. I just thought it was, oh, I forgot my shit in your car. Oh, can you get it back? Okay, cool, thank you. I'll see you when I see you. You know what I mean? Like I didn't think like, oh, they're like beefing. So basically she comes and she drops it off, right? And I'm like, there's like the driveway, right? And this day Bitchit was there, right? Bitchit was there with her little stroller and the little baby. She's so cute. But Bitchit was there, all that shit, right? And already we don't really talk like that. Cool. And so basically we go outside, right? And because I see the car pull up and I go into the driveway, right? And the driveway, you can see it because it's like you can see the windows there and then the driveway is like right there. So he could sit in the living room and see everything outside, basically, right? So basically I go outside and I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? Da, da, da. I say what's up to her. And then she's like complaining about like ghosts and what he's doing. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, you guys gotta like work that out, whatever. And then she's like, she had her purse and I guess his stuff was in the purse. So she's like holding it and we're just chit chatting. Cause I'm like, I'm not just gonna like get my shit, okay, bye, right? Like we're still chatting, like we're still cool, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? I was just kind of like giving her advice. I was kind of like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, he'll come around. You guys just gotta talk, call him later, da da da, whatever, right? And the sign there, I'll give him his stuff, cool. And long and behold, who pulls up? Pulls up quick. And I'm like, what the fuck? So he pulls up like real fast and like hits the brake. And I'm thinking to myself, like, who the fuck is this? Because I didn't recognize his car because it was his friend driving, or no, he was driving his friend's car and his friend was in the passenger. I don't know why his friend was letting him like slam on the brakes like that. I was like, okay. So basically he hops out. It was like a war. Basically, I'm like, what the fuck? So he comes out like, you stupid bitch, da 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 da, like yelling, yelling, yelling. Keep in mind, right? My roommate and his baby mama and the child is inside and they're in the living room. And I had no idea this was gonna happen. But me and the nigga I was with, we're outside like, what the fuck, right? So basically, so all three of us are black and then his girlfriend is white. This looks so fucking bad. But like, it just looked bad, okay? So basically, it's just not what it seemed. And it was like, I don't know. So basically, he pulled up and he was mad as hell. Give my shit, give my shit, give my shit. So she's like holding her purse like this. And she's like trying to like, whatever, like look through her bag to like look through it. And they're like arguing at the same time. And then he goes and grabs her purse. They're doing this tug of war. And she's like, you fucking. And they're both like tug of warring, right? And me and like the guy I was with, I was like, yo, 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 you guys stop, you guys stop, you guys stop. Guess who comes out with a little stroller, the baby, right? She comes and she sees basically 3 black people and like this one white girl with a purse going like, imagine. It looks like we were trying to fucking rob her. If you don't really know the background story, it looks like we are trying to fucking rob her. And I know it looks bad, but the way that they reacted, I was like, yo, you just wanted a reason. Okay, I know it looks bad, like it looks like we're trying to rob her, like jump her, or we set her up or some shit. But okay, picture this. It is fucking like 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Broad daylight. Like there's like it's like a neighborhood, like a whole ass street. And I'm thinking to myself, like, put 2 and 2 together. You think we're just gonna rob someone in broad daylight at our house? Like, I don't know. It's just like it's just all over the place. Like, what the fuck? Like, really? Like, it looked bad, and then just anyways, this is my last time. Okay, so basically we're all 3, like not 3, but like I'm trying to like break it up And then like the guy I was with was trying to like kind of like pull him off, and then like I was trying to like pull it so she can get the purse, and because it's like, we're all like, and the white girl, Ghost's girlfriend, right? And she's over here like yelling, like, you fucking da da da, get off me, da da da. So it looked bad, okay? So bitch it comes out with her stroller. This bitch, she's like screaming like someone fucking like held a gun to her head or something. And we all stopped talking. Well, I stopped and I turned around. I'm like, what the fuck? And then she starts yelling like, what the fuck, da da da, oh my god, you guys are trying to rob her. And I'm like, no, like, you don't even know what the fuck is going on, like, you know what I mean? And then she's like, she started screaming like, oh my god, running inside at the same time, saying like, your roommates are fucked up, blah 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 blah, oh my fucking god, like da da da. And I was like, what the hell did we do? I'm like, you don't even know that he just pulled up like without me knowing, because he has the address, and then like that's his girlfriend. They're just having a squabble, or not a squabble, but like a little tug of war. You know how like when you get into it with your man and they're like, give my phone, and then you start like whatever. But it's not like he was over here like beating her. It's not like we were over here like, beating her ass. It was the purse, and she had stuff that belonged to him, and he was just fed up, like kind of like chasing her. So if you really like, what she should have done is come outside like, yo, what's going on? Like, what the fuck is going on? Then I would have told her like, oh, she has something that belongs to him and he just wants it back, and blah blah blah, they're dating. And then it would have been like, okay, like, you guys can't, give him his stuff. You guys get out of here, like, please. Right? But she fucking freaked out, like, bitch it. That's why I call her bitch it. Like, why the fuck are you? Anyway, so she freaked the fuck out, right? She goes outside her little stroller screaming like a little whatever, like someone's trying to kill her. So after all this stuff is done, they both get in their cars. I think she gave him his stuff back, and I'm like, why don't we just do that from the beginning? So basically they both get into separate cars, vroom vroom, they all drive off. And I'm trying to go inside to like tell them like, oh, I'm so sorry, like they just pulled up, like she was supposed to come drop off his stuff and he was supposed to come like later on in the evening. I was trying to like, just say like, oh, I'm so sorry, like that doesn't happen often, and that was not my intention. Like, I don't know why they did that, and they're not coming back, right? All that stuff. Guess what happened? So I go to try to open the door, right? The door is locked. They locked the door. And I was like, excuse me? Like, I live here too. What the fuck? Like, open the door, right? And then they're like, oh, no, just wait for the police to come. Why the fuck are you calling the police? I was like, what is your issue? I'm like, what are you talking about? You don't even know the whole story. I just kept saying, like, you don't even know the whole story. Like, it's not even a big deal. They're just, like, they're dating. She has something. And I was trying to explain, but I'm, like, talking through the window. And I was like, excuse me, I just paid you fucking rent today, right? And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And you locked me out and call the cops on me. Cops come, right? I told the cops what happened. And they're like, okay, well, so they just drove. I'm like, yes, it's not a big deal. And I don't know why they called you, and this, that, and the third, right? So the cop tells him to open the door, right? And I'm pissed off. I'm like, fuck this shit. And I'm ready to fucking move out like that same fucking day, right? So I was over here like, you're not gonna fucking lock me out, call the cops, and do all this stuff. You haven't even spoke to me. And I really thought it was like a racist type of thing. Like, why the fuck? Who would like react like that? I don't know. Me, if I saw that happening in my like yard or driveway, I wouldn't assume like, oh my god, they're robbing some random white lady. You can see her car's here, his car's here. Like, it's literally communication. You just ask what the fuck is going on, and I would have told you like, yo, like, you make it seem like I called her here and called him here, and then we're gonna jump her in the driveway. Why can't we just do that somewhere else if that was the case? It's so weird. Anyways, her reaction was just unnecessary and like very like, I looked her, I just couldn't. It just made me like sick. Like, are you stupid? You call the cops on me, right? I was like, whatever. So basically, the cop, right? He's like, well, they didn't do anything wrong. Nothing's going on. Da, 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 da. So eventually we go inside. It's awkward as hell because I already fucking hate his ass. And I'm like, yo, I'm done with this shit. This is not happening, right? You're not gonna call the cops on me. Sorry, I need peace in my place. You're not gonna do this to me. So I was already like telling the guy I was with, like, let's just pack our shit. Let's just leave because the first of the month is coming. I didn't even give him a 1 month notice. And I know you're supposed to, but I was like, nope. can't do it. I can't live. I can't give you that. Like, nah, I gotta fucking go because obviously you think we're like a threat or something to you, or like you're unsafe around us. Because no, if I kid you not, if it was a fucking all three white people, I don't think they would react like that. They'll probably come outside like, oh my god, Julia, what's going on? What's going on, Tom? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think she would have reacted like that. And it's just fucking, I don't know. Anyway, so the cop leaves, but then afterwards, like, I go inside and basically I tell him like, okay, well, I gave you like the rent early, so I need that back because we're moving out.
Tell them to bring me my money.
And this, that, and third, right? And he's over here like, oh, like, well, when are you guys moving out? I'm like, by the first, before the first, like we'll be out, right? I didn't even have a place set up. I didn't have no plan, nothing. I was just like, I just disrespectful. I need my shit back. I need to go. This is not it. Like, I can't even sleep now. I can't even sleep in this house because I don't know how you feel about me. You look at me like all crazy and whatever, and she's over here like being all weird and shit too. So basically, he's like, oh, okay, well, here you go. Tell me why I get the fucking money back, and I'm like, you're $150 short, right? And then he's like, oh, yeah, I'll give that to you in like a couple of days. And I'm like, I literally just gave it to you like today, right? And I was like, what the fuck? Okay, so obviously he went shopping or did something, but I was like, that's rent money though. Like, shouldn't you give that to like the landlord? And like, unless he's gonna pay like out of his, I don't know. I was just kind of like, okay, I need that back in a couple of days before I leave, then whatever, right? So we start looking for places, all that stuff, like thinking of places where we can move, whatever. But then like as we're inside chilling, the cop comes back, right? And then he's like, oh, I need to see your ID again. Not me, but the guy I was with. So he gives him his ID. No, actually, sorry. After that, after we like have this whole like give back my fucking rent, this and third, this weird like, okay, it's short, whatever, we go, put our money in our wallet, cool, right? And then we go outside and we plan to go to a liquor store, get like a 6-pack, go to the park somewhere, cool off. I didn't want to even be in the house, you know what I mean? And smoke a blunt, you know what I mean? Chill, right? So as we're like walking out and we're like walking down the street, the cop kind of like takes like a U-turn, comes back. I don't think he left, but he was like outside somewhere. So he came back and he's like, hey, to the guy I was with, like, oh, I need your ID again. So he runs his ID again, right? And then he's like, right? And I'm like, is there like a problem, right? And then he's like, oh, no, but I just want to let you know, to the guy that I was with. He's like, I just want to let you know that someone's using your name, right? And because the thing is, though, he and his cousin have like the same first name. Yeah, they have the same first name and then just different last names. So I already assumed it was his cousin, because who else would fucking know the birthday down to the T and would know how to spell it down to the T, and like his last name is not hard to spell either. So I was over here like, I was looking at him because I don't like his cousin. So I was like, I told you I don't like that nigga, but hey, family, right? So but basically I told the cop, I was like, well, can you tell us like who, like where, like shouldn't you like give us more information? Because if someone's going around giving you false names or like false identification, then isn't that an issue, right? Because what if this nigga goes and does something like criminal, right? And then next he says his name, and then fucking next he's the one in trouble when his ID gets around and he's like, oh, you have a warrant for your arrest when he didn't do shit. You know what I mean? I feel like the cops should have like gave us more info, but whatever. So after that day, we go home. It's all awkward, shit like that, and whatever. We just stay to ourselves, start packing, and then that's when, like, you know what I mean? We found a place pretty quick, right? And he gave us the money, and then we ended up just moving to our next place, and we kept it moving because I don't know. It was just weird. Like, it was unnecessary, and I was actually gonna stay there. Like, I actually didn't mind. But, like, he was, like, it was just stupid. Like, why the fuck would you call the cops on us? Like, I know it looks bad, but, like, why not just ask, yo, what's going on? Like, you're a grown-ass adult. Like, you make it seem like we had guns and knives and we're like, bitch, you better shut the fuck up. Da, da, da. Like, it was so unnecessary. So unnecessary. Like, I don't know. But yeah, that's my story time about like my roommate horror story. And I just think that's so crazy because, yeah, but I'm glad that I don't live there anymore. And, you know, but even the place we moved to, that was like a landlord horror story. That's another story if you guys want to hear about that. But that's a whole different caliber. Like, it's just annoying. Like, this is why I like just like, you know how you live in like apartment and like you go downstairs and it's like the the manager is like in his office and it's like what 200-300 people. Like, they're not really worried about you unless like a person complains and they have to investigate, you know. Like, I like being left alone, but I would never like live under somebody, like a basement suite or like in like a, I don't know, it's just annoying. Like, they're just so in your business, right? But I have that horror story, and then I have another one where my roommate went missing without a trace, and like it was so creepy because I felt like she got kidnapped or something, and like it was a lot. So but that's fine. Like, and I mean, that's not fine, but like it all worked out. Like, she's fine, but like at the time it was like I think she was gone for like 3 weeks, and I was like, well, where the fuck is she? And I was like texting her, no response. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was weird. But that's another story time as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Even if you guys watched that one TV show, it's called like Fear Thy Neighbor. That show is fucking crazy. Like, literally, like the stories that they have, I just think about it. I'm like, why don't you just fucking move? But like some people, they really like love their house, like, or love the neighborhood. I'm like, but wouldn't you rather your peace though? Like, I don't know. Like, imagine like you're bickering with your neighbor every day. You know what I mean? And then like it becomes violent or it becomes like very stalkerish, or they're waving guns at their window, like, bitch, you're next type of, like, I would be like, you know what? It's not even worth it. Like, I'll be like, bye. Like, I'm just gonna go somewhere else. But they be fighting for their land. They be fighting for their yard. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. But that's a good TV show, Fear Thy Neighbor. But I don't watch that anymore. But like when I did like binge watch it, it just made me roll my eyes, like, just move, bitch, because it's not even worth it. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video, that story time. I don't know what else to do. I really don't know what else to do. I have a lot more story times, but it's like I feel like I'm just doing story time, story time, story time, story time. Like, I gotta do some other videos, but I'm just like brainstorming on what to do. Like, I really don't know what to do. I be at home. I don't have friends. I just stay home, and yeah, I don't know. But like, comment, subscribe, and please comment something. Like, I need like ideas. I might do like a poll on Instagram and see, like, maybe I'll do a Q&A. Does anyone want a Q&A? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. But anyways, that's it. Yeah. I'll see you guys in the next video.